Mama, Mamacita, Mamacita, I'm afraid I had to sacrifice one of your poop bags because, Mamacita, we had a pooping emergency.
No.
This poop bag, right?
Huh?
This little guy, sweetie, this little guy, he pooped as big as I would poop, almost like a poop. Sweetie, the poop was as big as his leg.
No.
No, I mean, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, literally the poop was about this big. It was so big. I used both of my little plastic bags, sweetie, because as you know, dear user, we like to conserve like the environment and stuff, and so we use these bags and we chop them up.
Silly.
And I used a couple of these. The poop was so big, sweetie, that I picked it up and I threw it to the bin. It fell apart. It fell apart and it fell onto the ground. It made a mess. It made a mess, right? So I appreciate you watching this. My name's Hussein. Hussein Zaidi, Z-A-I-D-I. And I want to just briefly summarize something that you can Google me if you like. Z-A-I-D-I-B-O-Y, Zaidi boy. Z-A-I. Oh God, nothing's working when you want it to, right? Like I'm trying to write on this book. This book, by the way, Babel's Tower, like in my worldview, right? It's one of those things where basically it's one of those things that was meant to be. I keep running into this book is what I'm trying to say. It's like over the years, like this book keeps finding me, and it's a classic of economics, just like FYI on a side note. But anyway, if you want to Google me, Z-A-I-D-I-B-O-Y, I just wanted to briefly, in my ongoing discussion with regards to well-being, mental health, and achieving your optimal self, right? Achieving your optimal self. I made a couple of videos yesterday. In fact, there's like 4 of them. Like I was sitting here, I was a mess. I am a mess right now. My nose is running because it's kind of chilly out there in Toronto. Like it's like 14 degrees or some nonsense out there right now. Like not 14, but cold. Like it's hard to say like what the real temperature is, right? But because of the wind and things like this. But make sure that if you are in Toronto, that or anywhere, I suppose, in the Western Hemisphere or Northern Hemisphere, I'm trying to write things down that you can actually read. Like I don't have I don't have a like a whiteboard. I used to have one. I used to have all kinds of things. I got a nice tablet. Like I'm going to complain about the whiteboard being missing, right? Like the typical human. I'll complain about the whiteboard being missing, and like the tablet that appeared out of nowhere, I'm going to just ignore, right? Like that's really the crux of the human predicament. The reason we're not happy is because we don't think things are the way they're meant to be, as they are meant to be. Things are not as they should be. Right? This problem, that's our only problem. What is. What's happening is happening. What's happened has happened. What is going to happen is the only thing that is up in the air. But what is. Your present is your present. Your past is your past. People say all kinds of beautiful things that sound great and then destroy your lives, right? People say the present is a present. I like that. I like the concept of your present being a present. right? It's a gift. So enjoy it. Enjoy this life, enjoy this world, enjoy these beautiful things that you've been blessed to experience. Regardless of whether or not you believe there's a God, there's certainly something going on. Like all of this stuff, like this universe, like this goddamn apartment is so amazing, like with so many amazing and interesting things. Any which of any which of will uh the grammar, right? People get fixated on my speaking prowess, and therefore I do too. Anyway, this pen is infinitely amazing, right? Like this banana is infinitely amazing, and also like due to be turned into paste so that my wife can either put it in her hair or on her face or different things that women do with things like this. I don't know what she's going to do with it, but it's something like that because we do have, of course, God is great. We have like regular bananas around here. Anyway, so all I'm trying to say is thank you for watching. Okay? You can Google me, Zaidiboy. This channel, Bipolar Muslim Addict, I'm addicted to weed. Okay, I gotta keep coming back to this notion that there's two kinds of people. There's addicts and there's non-addicts. And the same kind of categorization can be extended. There's crooked people and there's straight people. My wife is a straight person, not meaning like she's heterosexual. When I say straight, I don't mean straight versus gay. I mean straight as in follows the rule of law and whatnot. Maximiliano, you found your little babycito? Maximiliano has this little thing over here. I'll come back to this thing with mood. Like, I got a few minutes here. We're going to church, right? And so it's, yeah, I'm a Muslim. My wife's a Christian, but me being a Muslim makes me a Christian, and my wife being a Christian makes her a Jew. And a Jew is also a Christian and a Muslim, as far as I'm concerned, because we all believe in the same God, and that's what my religion says, like my holy book. Yo, he's hiding right now. I just want to draw your attention to this thing. That little thing in his mouth, that's his little baby. It's the cutest thing. It's insane. He's hiding it over there. When he gets up in the morning, he'll put it somewhere, or well, actually at night, he's got this little ritual. So when Maximiliano, where's your babycito? Where's your babycito, eh? It's the cutest. Oh, wait, hold on, look, like this thing. I'm sorry, Maxie. You want to, oh, it's a little, he's, he's hiding it within the folds of this thing. So my message to you is if you want to know what Islam says be good, and good equals God, and God equals good, right? It says, quote unquote, Christians, Jews, Muslims, whoever believes and does good is what it says. This person will go to heaven. This person is a correct person. That's the goal. That person's called a believer. Believer, by the way, can be a Christian, can be a Jew, can be a Hindu, I suppose. Buddhist. I mean, Hinduism, like ultra hardcore Hinduism with like fight, and then they're fighting like ultra hardcore Muslims. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking to a normal person who might stumble onto this thing and then realize after a few minutes that this guy just doesn't shut up and doesn't make any sense either. Like, I have this thing I put out there. Right, so I got, like, you can Google me. I've got other channels and other things, and I write things, and I'm a marketer, and I'm a sales guy, and I can teach you how to make a lot of money. I can do that. You'll be like, how much money do you make? I make enough goddamn money. That's how much money I make. All right, I just like literally. Okay, so you can check this out. So you like, total side note. I'll come back to this. Don't worry. Like I appear to go to drift and to be going nowhere with my thoughts. And part of that is being bipolar. In fact, right now, unfortunately for me and my wife and society in general, right now I feel my mania encroaching. My mania, manic. Manic meaning I feel great right now. I look great. I feel great. I can talk to anyone. I can go and talk to any girl that I'd like to sleep with. These kinds of things. I can go and pick up the phone. Like that's the problem is that's the starting point of this bipolar thing. And the problem with me and my life, and the reason I'm talking to you and you're listening to this if you are, is weed has destroyed my life. Weed, just weed. Whether or not it's good or bad, this is a whole different discussion. It's certainly natural, weed. It's a natural, it's not synthetic. It's not synthetic, it's not dangerous. I don't think anyone would say marijuana is dangerous, except for a person with mental health issues. This is huge. If you're a kid and you're watching this and you think smoking weed is cool and these kinds of things, you're an idiot. If you smoke weed, you better have something to show for it, which means you better be an artist. If you are not an artist, which means a guy who makes money with his art, if you're not an artist and you smoke weed, you're wasting two things. And that leads to a third thing. You're wasting time and you're wasting money. And everyone knows time is money. And of course, time is life. Life is time. Life and time, they're the same. There's nothing else. Your life is your time. Your life is this day. Your life is everything around you. Your life is you listening to me, talking to you about, ostensibly about mood, right? I'm trying different things to train myself to do what I know I should be doing, which is creating content as it is done. And how is it done? It's thematic. So this channel, @bipolar Muslim addict, this is my 2023 channel. I got a 2022 channel. The 2022 channel is youtube.com/@a rational Muslim. The reason I started a new channel this year is not because I didn't like the old channel or the one before that. The one before that, my original channel, you can Google me, ZAIDIBOY. I don't expect you to or want you to, but I'm trying to lend some authority to what I'm saying, and I'm trying to encourage you to create your own content. This is all I'm doing right now. I've got like 5 things that I try and do with these videos, apart from my own things, like 5 things for you, oh viewer. Like myself, I'm doing all kinds of things. I'm having fun. I'm making sure that Max is okay and that he's got his bolsito. Maxie, what's going on with this bolsito, eh? This dog, you think he's a chilled animal and stuff? He's a violent predator. If you come near his bolsito, bang, he's gone in seconds. He's gone in seconds. Like, you think he's a chilled out little guy. And he is a chilled out little guy, but you mess with one of his things, uh-oh. Bolsito, where's your bolsito? Look, as soon as I make a move for his ball, uh-oh. This guy, like Maxie, we don't give him big balls. My wife explained it to me. Like, what he does is, like, he owns it. If you, a basketball, or I don't know how to explain it. Like, he'll grab a basketball and he'll just stand on it. He'll own it. He'll chase it and he'll just own it. The only problem is he doesn't fetch generally. Like, we'll throw the ball and he'll just grab it and then he owns it. He doesn't give it up, right? So, and then he'll be like this and this. Like, if there's a ball there and you come up to him like I did right now with my foot, like, and you've got 2 footballers pairing off, goddamn dog is like a little footballer. You're going like this, he's going like that, and it's very cool. So now I gotta go here. It's 15 minutes coming up, and we have to leave here soon. I'm rambling and going in circles. I appreciate you watching. I just, for my own edification, like with these videos, this is my therapy, and then it's my ongoing life kind of thing, which is like everyone else. Like, it's therapy, and then of course like the technical things of I might try to put a thumbnail in here, I might try different titles. Like, this is an experiment for me, or this is, let me just put it this way, this is what I do. This is what I would like to be doing, like, in life. Like, so for example, the YouTube channel, this YouTube channel, and me talking to you, right? At the end of the day, you need to pay your bills, right? So now you've got work, okay? Work is great. And then on the other hand, you've got something called jobs, okay? Jobs and work, these are two different things. I just want to say, like, if you want to verify, like for myself, for example, I'm making this video, you're watching this video. You may not be impressed. I'm not impressed, frankly. Now, on this same channel, like I have something that has gone viral or is going viral, and it has yielded me potentially a client. If you go to the channel like Bipolar Muslim Addict and you click on the little icon, and then you go to the search bar, like, or just scroll through the past few months of videos, like there's like all kinds of crazy nonsense on there, me fighting security guards or shouting at people. I'm insane. Like, and I'm sorry to say that because I smoked weed recently or was smoking weed, it's hard to say what's going on. In the last couple of months, I've smoked a lot of weed, frankly, because I was literally like, you see me here in this beautiful apartment with these beautiful clothes and this beautiful food and like everything that you could ever want. Like there's my goddamn TV, and like the Xbox is getting repaired because I had a PS4, but now I've got an Xbox 360 because I got it for $80. And my buddy at Toronto South Detention Center, right? Because I'm out on bail and I'm also bail times 2 plus probation. Like I'm in a lot of trouble with the law. And I'm going to go back to the weed thing. Like I'm addicted to weed. This is the thing. And on the one hand, you are what you say, and what you say is. If I say I'm addicted to weed, then that's not going to change. But at the same time, you can't escape who you are and what you are, and you can't escape reality. I was just chatting with my wife about all kinds of things, like she reads the Bible every day, right? And when I say she reads the Bible every day, this may not sound impressive, but how about if I say she reads the Bible every year? She finishes the whole, like right now she's coming up on Revelations, because it's coming up on December, right? Like Christmas time is Revelations, right? So like she's read the whole book throughout the year, and God bless her for that. And I'm just going to say, like, just beware of messing with someone who reads the Bible every day. Beware of messing with a spiritual person or a person that's a good person. And like, just beware of messing with someone who has no one to protect them but God. This is a saying of one of our imams, peace be upon them all. Anyway, let's just leave all that aside. I got to go take a whiz, and so I'm going to just say real quickly, like, over the years, as I've tried to figure out what I'm trying to do in this world and what I'm here for, of course, there's obvious things that have to be attended to, like your education and your career and paying the bills and things like this. I'm gratified to say that I've got to a point where I think I figured the thing out. Like, I was going to mention the video on this channel that's gone viral. I've got like almost like over 2,000 views. It's like a 1-minute video. And this is incredible because I have some guy like @Jeff Baglot. I hope he doesn't mind if he's listening to this. And I'm so blown away and gratified. And this happens from time to time. Jeff's not the first guy at all. And this is going back over a decade. 2008 is when I left the corporate world, as it were. I went back briefly, but like, when I say the corporate world, I don't mean jobs. Like, I worked as a security, I left the corporate world and then I worked as a security guard for 7 years. And then I was trying to figure out this digital marketing stuff. And right now I'm at a point where I just don't have time and I'm not organized enough. I literally have the knowledge and the connects, as it were, right? As in, I know how to get in touch with people, or I know those people who can do certain things for me. Like, for example, I know how to build websites, but I know I can get a hold of someone like in Pakistan, for example, the guy I work with. and he can build amazing websites, and he's got a team of people. And then I've got like a couple of people I know. Like when I say a couple of people, like these guys are heavy hitting industry player type of caliber people, like people who can run Google ads. Everything all right over there, sweetie? I gotta run. Like I wanted to talk about mood, okay? And at the end of the day, I guess mood is it. Mood is it. Mood is it. Like what's mood? Mood is like me asking you, are you in a good mood? And 99% of the time, we're not in a good mood. Or are we? 99% of the time, it appears that we are not feeling the way we would like to be feeling. That's mood. So, feeling good is what life is all about, right? And my question is like, feeling good, okay? My question is, if I ask you, are you happy or are you in a good mood? And if you're honest and you say, well, I'm not like, I don't know, like, you shouldn't even have to ask about whether or not you're happy, really. You should be busy and engaged doing stuff, and happiness should be just a consequential thing. It's not part of the question. If you're asking about happiness like I am, this means you're unhappy or something is incorrect. Anyway, somewhere in this book, I just started reading it. I just picked this up yesterday. It's an amazing book. It's about cognitive behavioral therapy. It turns out, Feeling Good. This is the Feeling Good handbook. This is the follow-up, but like this is a groundbreaking thing. Like if you're interested at all in any of what I'm rambling about, I don't know why you'd spend 20 minutes like listening to whatever I've been talking about. The guy asks the question, rather, I want to show you, like in sales, we have this thing, or I have this thing. In sales, I have this thing which I call, yes, part one, you can change your mood. Check it out. So in sales, there's a thing I have called tell and show, because there's show and tell, and of course, as a marketer, I come up with lines. Show and tell is great. Tell and show is sales. Show and tell could be anything. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's marketing. Who knows? Sales and marketing are related, as we know, right? In fact, sales is subservient to marketing. Sales is an adjunct of marketing. Sales is the one-to-one aspect of marketing. That's all it is. Sales is single. Marketing is multiple. Anyway, if you look at part one there, what it says in the introduction right there, part one, introducing your moods. Something like this. I'm reading it backwards, so I can't read everything correctly, etc., etc. Now, and I'm almost 50, by the way, so I do need glasses, right? And of course, I've been getting glasses over the years, and I'll destroy them or lose them, and I just can't be bothered, but I should probably get on it. In fact, I have these things to remind me. These are, like, they appeared to be, I don't know, I just found them somewhere, or I don't know where they came from, frankly. I really don't know what to tell you. Like, these glasses here, I didn't steal them, and they don't seem to be, I don't know what they are. They're very peculiar. They seem to be prescription glasses with no prescription, right? There's no prescription. It doesn't, like, I don't, for some reason, when I put these on, it doesn't change my field of vision or, like, the aspect ratio or focus or anything like this. Guys, so my question is, can you change your mood? And my wife says, yeah, she can change her mood by praying. And I've had this happen maybe 2 to 5 times in my life, frankly. Unless I'm going through these bipolar issues. I don't know what to say. Like, for example, if you're in a bad mood, can you meditate yourself out of that bad mood? If you're in a bad mood, I'm going to tell you, you can work your way out of it. If you haven't heard, like there's this beautiful saying, like an old English saying, and I don't know how to relate it to you because I can't remember the line, but it's something like this. Spirit, the word spirits spirits means alcohol as well, right? So the saying says, when you're something like this, when your spirits are down, then instead of spirits, instead of alcohol, instead of drinking alcohol, work is the best medicine for down spirits, right? This kind of thing. Like instead of alcohol or drugs or weed, unless you're an artist. And when I say artist, kids, if you're listening to this and watching this, if you are paying, if someone's paying you money for your art, or is open to that, or ready to pay you, that's called you're an artist, right? So this YouTube channel, I have a little short on here. I'll come back to this, like this whole thing with mood. I'll come back to this. I gotta go take a whiz. It's coming up on 30 minutes here. It's a beautiful